Okay, so today we are going to talk about the worst job I have ever had, and that is working at the call center. Um, it's called web.com. Might have been called register.com at one point, but web.com bought it out. But it is absolutely the most atrocious place I have ever worked. And it'd be kind of funny if someone working at web.com Google searched web.com and came with this crappy little podcast. But no, terrible place to work. Everything about it was awful, except my coworkers that pretty much were the only reason I didn't hang myself. So, yes, kudos to you, boys. Kudos to you. All right, now, excuse any type of awkward speaking I am doing today. Um, I had some of that Buldak Buldak ramen noodles for supper last night. If you don't know what that is, go wherever you get your ramen noodles, your instant noodles, whatever, and look for an angry chicken breathing fire with Asian writing all over it. It is just rip roaring into my butthole, and it is the most awful thing since working at this call center. So working at the call center, basically what this call center is, it's a web hosting company. So like, you want to build a website and you need hosting space, or you want to register your name of a website like mattsnuts.com or something like that. You go there, you register it, you talk with us to fix all your problems, fix your email, because every single product that web.com created was absolute garbage. Um, Basically, picture MySpace, but you have to pay for it. That's essentially what web.com is. Um, Not great. And if you really don't know what web.com is, look up the commercials that GoDaddy makes. Um, GoDaddy is honestly, they're kind of scummy, but they're actually you're probably way better off registering anything with them. We were trained to say that GoDaddy is garbage, but I purchased stuff from GoDaddy and they're not that bad. I mean, it's a pain when you want to try to transfer it away from GoDaddy, but it's like, uh, I don't know. It's like going to Burger King and them telling you that McDonald's is trash. Like, yeah, McDonald's is trash, but yeah, you're Burger King. So, what you got? Um, so anyway, um, the way that it goes is you get hired on with like a group of 10, 15 other suckers, because our hometown has two employers. It has the hospital where you can be a nurse or a CCA or whatever, or you can be on the back of a fishing boat and die in 6 months because you get drunk and you fall off. Um, anyways, that's how that goes. Um, you get trained. They try to do with all this corporate mumbo jumbo, saying, "Oh, it's a great place to work." They even showed video. Oh, geez, it burped. Okay, we're not editing that out. I'm too terrible at editing. Okay, so uh, you get hired on. You get all this corporate mumbo jumbo. You do this stupid thing where name three truths about you and one lie, and those type of games that you would do to get to know each other. Um, you get hired on. You're in the room for a couple weeks. The only highlight was looking at Heather or Kelly, um, and then it went really downhill when Henry took over the training. Which is he's basically Henry was a trainer who had such a hard on for the job, and I don't know. He was like Dwight Schrute from The Office. He was that kind of energy at the call center. So, anyways, I'm running off topic here. You get training. You do 2 weeks of it. You go on the floor and you do a job shadow. So basically, you get two headsets to one computer. Um, you listen to the worker take calls. You see how it works. You see the emptiness in their eyes. The one highlight of me being on the floor for training is that it was the same week that StarCraft 2 came out, and everybody that I was training with was super hyped up for StarCraft, so that was kind of exciting. Um, you get trained on the floor for 2 weeks, and then after that, you and the people that you train with, you work together. Like you kind of like you take two calls. You take one call with two of you. One of you is doing all the talking, and the other guy is kind of like being your cheerleader, and you're helping each other out. Do that for a couple weeks, and at this point, the job doesn't seem so bad. But then you start taking the calls where they're screaming at you. So basically, you let's say for example, like you're logging into your email. Let's say you pay for an email with us, like a corporate email, like let's say something at walmart.com, not like a Gmail account, not like a Hotmail account, like a professional email account with your business name attached to it. Let's say you forget your password a few times, you get locked out. And when you get locked out, you have to call us and we have to unlock it for you. And we have to confirm you to the website that you own. So we would say, what is the name of your first pet? And at that point, if you answer it correctly, you're in. Now, at the beginning, Register.com had absolutely zero sense when it came to good security on that, because anybody could call in and say that name. So, like, let's say your business partner, you guys split up, you remember his mom's maiden name or whatever. You call in, you give that answer to that question. It doesn't matter if you're not the owner. They don't care. They didn't care. It's actually how a website called Baidu got hacked. Um, the security with our questions were so terrible that there's like an Iranian hacker group that basically destroyed China's number one search engine, and over there it's bigger than Google. So it was actually a really big deal. If you want to, it made the news, like it was on CNN, Fox, all the major news networks. If you want to Google it, just Google Register.com and Baidu, Baidu. You can see how terrible they were at security. They got hacked back in like January of 2010 or something like that, and immediately after that was when I got hired. It was so bad that we actually got bought out by Web.com. So that's we had probably had such a bad lawsuit or whatever that Web.com had to buy us out. And Web.com was no better. They were constantly being the targets of DDoS attacks and everything else. So really, they were just did not know what to do. And yeah, so they were absolutely terrible. Now we had a lot of douchebags that would work at Web with us. I'm not going to use any last names because last time I used any names on my podcast, I had some friends call and cry because I made fun of a teacher that ended up being a pedophile, and yeah, so maybe he deserved to get made fun of. Anyways, um, there's a guy named Andrew. He was basically the super cringy atheist guy. There is Jeff. Basically, he might have been retarded. Not entirely sure. His mom definitely did some stuff in the womb, I'm pretty sure. He was a good guy though, but he was a little bit. And if he was a nice guy, I wouldn't be making fun of him. But he was not. He might be nice now, but he was not nice back then. Basically, being a complete prick to his wife and his son. From what I've been told. Again, I don't know. So that's why I'm not using last names. He would flip the tables, like if he got an angry customer or something like that. He'd be like, "Sir, I apologize," and then he would flip the table, and it was just great. There was Matt. Not much else to say about Matt except he used to work at the gas station down the road from the office. After my shift, sometimes I would go into there, and I would bug him at work for like 3 hours. Because I was working the night shift, I didn't have a girlfriend or nothing like that, so I would just kind of hang out with him. Must have been the blonde hair. I must have liked it. Anyways, He was a good guy. He just likes to show his nuts to me an awful lot for some reason. I worked with his brother Tyler. Tyler's great. I stole all the candy off his desk. I still need to give him some back. There was Dustin. Dustin is the sweet ginger prince that was pretty rad. Um, there was trying to think who else was there. Um, there was there was Jen. Jen was passed around more than a communion plate at church. She was kind of cool though. There was Kelly. Kelly was really nice. She was probably the best supervisor out of the bunch. Um, Another couple people. There was another Jeff. I'll call him Big Jeff. Big Jeff was kind of cool. Um, Super. I don't know what the best way to put it. He's like oh, I'll just say he was a super drunk. Um, like you would go to work, and then you would see him at night falling in the parking lot and breaking his legs because he drank so much. So hope he's sorted himself on there. Anyways, we're now using last names. We good. We good. Um, anyways, and some of the names I kind of switched up anyway, so not like not like it matters. Um, Jeff was good, but he would. This is kind of well. This is back in like 2010, so like not everybody was on their smartphones all the time. I had a BlackBerry. That's actually the last time I had a smartphone. So I would go. I made like status updates once in a while when I was bored at work, like to crapping on company time, going to the bathroom, going on a bathroom break, going there and doing my thing. And then one time after work, so I got off work at like 1, and then I would drive home at like 1:30. I would make a status update or something, and he would message me saying that you're not supposed to be on your phone right now. I'm like like dude, I am done my shift. And then well, I already talked about Henry. Henry was like the corporate cheerleader kind of guy. There was a few girls that came into work. One was like an occupational or a physio or physical therapist. She graduated school, and then she worked at the call center until she could find a job. Um, he was like, "Oh, I guess she wants to quit. She didn't want to work hard." I'm like, "No, no, Henry. She didn't want to have screaming people in her ear for 8 hours a day, making $10 an hour. There's a difference." Um, then I had my other cousin Jeff. Oh, geez, too many Jeffs. Um, he finished school, finished university. He didn't have any luck finding a job in his field, at least not in Canada. He was either chemical or uh, mechanical engineer, and you have to do an apprenticeship with that. So it's not like you graduate college and you can go on. So he ended up applying and getting into optometry school. So he was literally leaving web.com to become a doctor. And he is a doctor now. But when he tried to quit, work tried to convince him to stay. Like, why would you? I don't understand. But that's the kind of mentality that work had. Um, I remember one time we had a guy die on the floor, and there was nothing. Work didn't do anything nice. We didn't take up a collection plate for the family. Didn't do anything like that. The manager, uh, my manager Karen, I really liked her, and yeah. But the sales manager, don't remember his name, but he just sent out eh, he's dead. Just thought I'd let you know, and that was how we worked with that's what we worked with there. Um, there was a few different outages that we would have. Like I don't know if you know what a DDoS is, but basically people attack the servers so nothing works. So basically anybody who had a website with us, it went completely down, and we had to take like hundreds of calls a day. Um, so basically, you would come into work, you would hear nothing but phones all day, and you'd see like boys, like the guys all drinking Red Bulls and energy drinks and monsters and all that for just to kind of keep their sanity. Um, so yeah, we had a few ways to kind of blow off some steam, I guess. There was the quiet room. Um, However, there wasn't a window in the quiet room. It was like a little room where you could read or do puzzles or whatever. Um, but we had to put a window on the quiet room because my boy Aaron, he got a little frisky with one of the welfare queens at work, and so yeah, that was that. That was a fart. Sorry about that. So yeah, um, trying to think of what else I can say about the downtime. The weekends were cool because you would get to bring your Game Boy in and whatnot, um, do whatever, and nobody really cared. We would order pizza a lot, get some wings or get KFC. There was one guy, his name was Devin. Unfortunately, he passed away. He would get high before shift, and then he would order KFC and just give it to everybody. And he was my best friend there. That was amazing. Um, sometimes sometimes Matt would give me candy. I'm used to him giving me mixed nuts, but sometimes he would give me candy. Tyler, I would steal his little Campino mints off of there. Um, yeah, it was just an all around good time. Now, there was one thing about working there. It was like um, it had a reputation for like causing the most marriages to fail ever in the whole community. Um, Henry and Kim, shame on you. um, and some of my one of my supervisors, I won't say who, but she would message me asking me to come pick her up at like 2 in the morning. It was it was really weird. Um, then there was Jen. She cried when I told her about my wife. That was kind of funny. Um, yeah, I knew of at least probably four marriages that broke apart because people couldn't keep it in their pants there. Um, and it was really obvious too. Like Kim, Henry, you don't take half an hour to get your car boosted in the parking lot. We know what you're doing, you filthy little buggers. Um, and then there was also Justin. Justin was probably my favorite coworker. We would kind of keep an eye out for each other. Um, he would tell me when like when we had a client that we knew not to be around. Basically, crazy people. We would have the numbers recognized, and he would say, "Oh, she's calling in. Go take a bathroom break." And I'm like, "All right." Um, some of these clients, I guess I can say what their names are because I don't care. Look up Doctor Dot Bite Massage on look it on YouTube. It's been on Jimmy Kimmel. She was actually kind of pretty well known at one point, or at least went viral for like 5 minutes. She was just this crazy Jersey girl that would always call in. Thinking back on it, she had every right to be angry because she spent thousands of dollars on us and nothing worked. Um, I'll tell you right now that most of the products that we sold at Register.com weren't even ours, they were outsourced. So we charged, let me think. We had a 10 pack of emails we would charge $100 for. And by the way, that's like 5 times more expensive than what Google would charge for to use their professional email accounts. Um, I beg of you right now, if you are considering to um, build a website, get any type of web hosting or anything like that, avoid web.com at all cost. Everything is terrible. They outsource everything. They shut down the entire call center where we were and outsourced everything to the Philippines, which is fine. You gotta make them bags, yo. Um, but their entire premise about charging so much is that they value their customer service. And when you have a mostly English speaking clientele, it's probably not the best idea to outsource it to a country where English is the second language. Um, just not a very smart idea. Their web hosting, absolute garbage. Way overpriced. Their nothing actually worked. They had a website builder, which basically they kind of like drag and drop, kind of like Weebly or anything like that. If you're gonna get a website builder, do not spend a dime on us. Get something else for far better products that are absolutely free. There is one thing like website forwarding. So like let's say you want to make a website like zedric.com and forward it to your Facebook page. Normally, let's say you're at GoDaddy and you want to forward your website, that is free. At register.com or web.com, you do that, you pay like $60, or else you're going to have a big giant ad at the bottom of your screen that says register.com or web.com. So they say it's free, but they'll charge a premium website for it, and we don't even, it doesn't even cost us anything. You can actually get one of the agents to waive that fee, and I've done it so many times. I just waived the fee without asking for a supervisor's permission because I didn't care about that job at all. So yeah, this is kind of a not a very well planned out episode. Um, just kind of did it on the fly because I already did this episode, but then all of my content got kind of deleted, so I'm redoing it. So yeah, oh man, my voice is cracking like I got Travis in my throat. Jeez. But yeah, um, enjoy it. We're probably gonna be putting on some new episodes pretty soon. If any of the boys that are listening want to give me a suggestion of what to do next, hit me up. We'll see you again soon.